As you're getting comfortable here, feel free to readjust muscles, make sure everything is settled super nicely into the ground. Especially the breath, it's comfortably able to flow. Just kind of feel this excitement welling up. The body has this excitement into yoga because it knows all sorts of good things are going to happen. Movement is life. So taking a moment to establish a little intention for our class. With this warmer season, we're starting to do different activities like hiking, boating, all sorts of new things that our body hasn't done in a while, perhaps. And especially thinking of hiking, we have to make sure that our ankles, our knees, and our hips are strong, flexible, and supported. Because if not, a small little pebble that rolls wrong on your shoe can make it so that it can, injure yourself right in that area. So the big focus today in our class is those hip, knee, ankle areas. We'll do things that strengthen them, things that gently stretch them, all sorts of goodies today. But especially in the back of our mind, think about how these areas are all areas that are covered by our root chakra. So how does supporting these help us to have the stronger root chakra? How does it help us to feel more stable, more grounded in life? And maybe even how does going out into nature help us feel like we have this stronger root system? More grounded as we go through whatever storms and craziness life throws at us through the rest of the week. And so those are going to be our big focus today, that lower half of the body. So with that to lead us on, let's begin our first gentle thing. This will start to come into the chest. So as that comes in, just start to take easy rocking type movements. Circles on the hips or rocking, whatever helps you tune into that very low back, that sacral area. As that starts to feel nice and massaged, very healthy, let's begin to drop the left leg all the way along to the ground. Right leg will go up to the sky. Hands are just an easy grip behind the backside of that leg, thigh, calf, whatever you can easily reach. And let's work into this ankle for a moment. So what we're going to do is push the ball of that right foot up and then point the toes as deep as we can point them. Pull the toes back and then pull the ball of the foot back into a flexed position as far as we can get it back. Good, so in that order, slowly take a few rounds. So ball of the foot and then toes. And then toes peel back, ball of the foot peels back. And feel how much is connected to that joint area. It's not just an ankle. This includes the whole foot and the whole calf. So maybe 3 more cycles of that. After that third one, release the hands. We'll let this knee bend and then push back up. So when you bend it, the knee will naturally pivot out to the side. That's okay. That's how that femur is set up in our body. Just a couple more pulses. Let's take it. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, grab back onto the leg. Walk the hands up as high as you can reach, even lifting up the forehead into that knee. The head drops back down. Take that right ankle to the left thigh. Set up a good hug around that left thigh or the left shin, wherever you can reach. That figure 4 stretch. It's up to you how deep this wants to get pulled in. Take another inhale. Exhale, keep the legs in this unit. The arms spread out to left and right. And then tilt the legs all the way over to the left. That'll make it so the right knee is trying to point up to the sky. Try to keep it that way. That'll work us into the hip and into the IT band. Sometimes it's nice to gently push into the knee, helping the knee come even more pointed upright. If you still want more, you can scoop both legs closer to that shoulder. So feel all sorts of goodies going on, the spine, the hips, the legs. And feel this breath still flowing for us, right there in that low belly. Beautiful inhale. Exhale. Then we'll start to release. When our hips are back onto the ground, send the right leg long, all the way down to the earth. Left leg up to sky. Just easy grip behind the back of the leg. And first things first, focusing on that foot. So same thing, push the ball of the foot up and then the toes join last. Toes peel back and ball of the foot comes toward the torso. Pointed position and then flexed position. Take another 3. 2. 1. As hands release, now the knee bends and then push the foot right back up. Starting to find a little bit more mobility through hip and knee. We'll take another 3, 2, 1. From there, walk the hands high up as you can reach. Forehead tries to come into the knee. Just a good tug inward. As we release, that left ankle comes up to the right side. And then set up a nice hug around the right side. You're establishing connection to breath if we lost it at all. So we start to open the arms out to left and right, tilt the legs over to the right. Listen to the knee, the IT band, the thigh. We're trying to find this area, this unit, a decent stretch for outer left hip thigh area. So if you need to pull it in deeper, that's okay. You can always know too, scooting further away is also fine. Just depends on your body and how it's talking to you today. Breath in. Nice exhale. So as we release the ankle cross, take hips to the ground, let both legs go up to sky. Both legs will do that little pulse, so bending the knees, it's like we're squatting. Let's press both feet back up. Let's take another 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as the knees bend back out, grab onto each foot, happy baby. I'll let this one be up to you. You can stay still. You could rock left and right. You could let one leg straighten up to the sky and then the other. Whatever cycles feel most helpful for the body here. You're good. Inhale. Nice exhale. Releasing the feet. We'll work our way up to sit. It might feel nice to roll like a ball 3 or 4 times. If you prefer just to come straight up, we'll go into cobbler after this. Good. So based on how the hips and the knees felt today, maybe your feet are really far away today, or maybe you're scooting it quite a bit closer. So listen to what your body wants. Perhaps staying upright, perhaps tilting forward, all up to you. Good. So rising up, straighten the left leg out in front of you. The right knee will flip around. So part of this is about that foot, helping the foot to try to stay flat down onto the ground. That's part of what we're working with, and we're also building into that quad stretch. So if you can comfortably bring hands back behind you, tilt that way, maybe drop down to one elbow, both elbows, or all the way back, as long as the knee doesn't have to pop up. Some people are very visual, so it might be helpful to imagine with each breath you take, a nice red hue shooting down that leg, helping to support the red color of that root chalk breath. So deep inhales of red, nice exhales. Let's take another huge inhale. Exhale. Reverse every step to come back up. Once you're up, free out that right leg. We're cradling it in front of us. Maybe using hands, maybe elbows, and then rock it left and right a couple of times. Remember, try to establish spine as tall as possible. When that feels pretty satisfying in the hip, let this right leg cross over toward that left thigh. And then we'll take a nice twist. You can use left hand, left elbow, whatever the spine is happy with right now. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, return forward. If it's comfortable for your knee, pull that right foot closer to the hip. The knee is stacked. And then try to ease forward. toward a forward fold. If the knee is totally uncomfortable, just slide it wide, foot to the thigh instead. Or inhale. Exhale, rise. Send that right leg long, tuck the left foot back. Feel that pointing of the foot, and then perhaps head backwards, maybe to hands, maybe one elbow, or even further as long as it's okay. Don't feel any sort of sense of pain at all in your knee. Perhaps once again, allow that color red to flow with every breath. One more inhale. Exhale, ease our way out. Cradle out this leg. Left and right rocking. Keep going until that hip feels happy, and then let that foot try to cross over to the outer right thigh. Right hand or right elbow hooks. Use your inhale to establish the spine tall. Exhale to ease through that vertebrae twist. More breath in. Exhale, return forward. As long as the knee's okay, stack it on top of the other, sliding the foot in. Then just continue to ease forward. A nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Plant the feet. Hands go right behind us. 5 times with our inhale, we're going to lift the hips up as high as we can. With our exhale, lower back down. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good, legs out straight in front of you. Take an inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Okay, so rising up, let's swing around to knees. So let's take a few cat-cow movements with our spine, going up and down. One more breath cycle. Then point pointing the toes, trying to come back and sit onto the feet. Our left hand will be off to that left side to help us balance as we pick up the right knee. So to make this easier, you can lean further to the left. Deeper would be a little bit more stacked upright. Good. So one more inhale. Exhale, release, switch sides. Breath in. Out. Release coming forward. Either roll your feet out or gently pound the feet out. Okay, when that feels good, tuck the toes. Start leaning some of your weight backwards. Some people need to stay forward because it gets really intense for the fascia of the feet. If you're comfortable taking more and more weight up, that is fine. It's up to you, really up to your fascia of the feet to tell you how far to go. Once again, connecting to that breath, imagining each breath sends that beautiful red color to help strengthen and nourish the root chakra. Let's try to aim for 2 more deep cycles. Good. Coming back forward, same thing, circles or pounds. Beautiful. So this right knee lifts up to that right side. Let's do 3 large circles to each direction. Choose your first direction, taking it 3, 2, 1, and then reverse. 3, 2, 1. Leg straight out to the side, lower down to elbows. Back up to hands, drop the knee down. Second side circles. Choose your first direction. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Leg straight out to the side, lower to elbows. Beautiful. Back up to hands. Lower this knee down. Try to come back up to sit on the pointed toes. What we're going to do from here is a fun little swaying flow. When we sway our right hand to that right side, as soon as it's behind you, you lift the hips up. The other hand comes up and over. And you sway through the front and switch sides. Easing through hips, your knees, feet. I like to do the inhale through the back bend, exhale through the center. Doing okay, let's take 3 more each side. And 2. And 1. Beautiful. Take it to down dog, especially letting your feet have a chance to rock around. Any movements that feel good are absolutely welcome. This will be a down dog. We can enjoy until it feels like it's more work than it's work. So stay here as long as it's still feeling helpful. At any point sooner or later, we'll all eventually make it up to the top of the mat in a nice forward fold. No rush. Another good inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Take your arms to any position that helps you balance. You could stay at the heart, you could take balance beam. Either way, what we're doing is allowing our heels to lift up and we're trying to balance. Good, drop down. Do 4 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. 3. 2. And 1. Good, as we drop back down, bring this right knee in front of us, try to clasp around the shin area. Try to just gently pull that knee in as deep as it's willing to go without sacrificing posture. Nice inhale. Exhale, kick this leg back, warrior 3. Gently land the toes. And so from here, back leg stays straight. The front knee is going to straighten and bend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right hand to the ground, left hand up to the sky. Left hand comes down, lower the back knee. Take a couple of breaths here, experiencing that stretch on the front hip. So if you'd like to rise back up high with the torso to keep that stretch deepening, that's okay, it's up to you. Hands down is also fine. Good, now hips go over the knee, front leg straightens. You try to drop the hands down to the floor, and then 5 times, similar to what we were doing here, laying on the ground, the ball of the foot will push out, and then the toes will point. Toes lift, and then ball of the foot returns. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now choose your favorite of those 2 positions, one that feels best for those muscles of the feet. So either pointed or flex, it's up to you. We'll pause here just a bit longer. Maybe the heart can continue to drop a bit deeper to the thigh. Okay, plant that foot on the ground, hands walk back forward, lift up the back knee, arms rise up. From here, we're going to balance, we're shifting our weight onto the front leg, and then that right knee is gonna float in front of us. Good. Turn back, and repeat. 4, here's 3, 2, 1. And this last time, come up. Try to clasp hands around that knee where we began. Posture stacked upright. Pull the knee in as deep as possible. Nice inhale. Exhale, release. If either feet or anything needs to shake out for a moment, go ahead and take a moment. Okay, working the second side. Left knee starts to float. Sometimes just working on the balance here is where we're at, and that is 100% okay. If you can clasp, posture's tall, try to pull the knee in. Good, keep the breath flowing. Send that leg back through warrior 3. Land the toes. And then from here, the front leg straightens and bends. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, go to that bench shape. Drop the left hand to the floor, right hand up to sky. Beautiful. When the hand drops down, drop the back knee down. We're making sure we're in that left hip stretch, the front of the hip. So if you would like to rise the torso back up, that's fine. A lot of people feel it just fine on the hands on the floor, so it's up to you. Deep inhale. Exhale. Shift the hips over the back knee, front leg straightens. As our hands lower down, we take it through that foot, push the ball of the foot, and then toes, and peel back, and back. 4. Here's 3. 2. And 1. Choose your favorite of those 2 spots, pointed or flexed, and then continue to drop the heart down. Inhale. Exhale, plant the front foot. Lift up the back knee. We're rising up to balance again. Shifting our weight onto the front leg, float the left feet. Nice and slowly touch back. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back up, try to balance, maybe with the hand clasp if this side is doing okay. Breath still flowing. Deep inhale. Exhale. As we release, step your feet super wide, facing forward for this first one. So nice and wide, toes turned out. As we shift down through our hips, again, your arms are whatever your balance point is. Hands at heart, open wide, hands at hips, whatever you like. What we're going to do is shift our weight toward our right knee so that we can lift our left foot. Then down. That's the one, yeah, heel, sorry. Beautiful. So now, down through the center. Now the side that you're going toward, lift that one. So when you go to the right, lift your right. You go to your left, lift your left. Another 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Good. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Let the legs have a stretch for a moment. Dropping down. We'll toe the feet in until it's just about as wide as the mat. And this one feels like a football player. So you set the hips back, you straighten the spine and gaze forward. And then straighten the legs, drop the torso down. Take 4. 3. 2. 1. Just continue to release the torso down for a few bonus breaths here. Then turn the toes out, taking Halasana squat. If you can handle that with your knees. If you need to be higher up, that's okay. Just push your thighs open. See if the spine can straighten upward just a little bit longer. Then as we drop our hands down to the floor, step the right leg back into lizard. You choose if you're going for strength, keeping the back knee lifted, or if you're going for flexibility, maybe lowering the knee, lowering to one or both elbows. Up to hands, lift up the back knee, and then the front leg is going to try to straighten as much as it can, and then bend again. Take that 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, step that right foot back up to Halasana squat. Hands down, left foot steps back, lizard. Back knee lifted or lowered, your choice. Maybe down to an elbow or both. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up to hands, lift up the back knee. Front leg works its way as straight as possible. And then bends. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Step back up to Malasana one more time. Just a couple of moments breath. If anybody wants to add in a crow pose here, you can play with that for just a couple of breaths. Drop the hands down, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Inhale to rise. Good. Bringing the big toes to touch, heels are slightly separated. We'll try to rise our heels up and balance, holding for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Same thing from chairs. Sitting the hips back, fierce pose. Try to lift the heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Hook either your right wrist or your right elbow. Shift your weight into the left foot. When your balance is there, try to slide your right leg back. Nice lunge. Good. As the torso rises up, try to stay on the back toes if the balance is possible at all. Wider makes it easier, little hint. So this time, instead of keeping the back leg straight, this time it's the front one that stays still. The back knee is going to bend and straighten. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back heel down, arms up, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. A nice extended side angle. Front elbow down, the other arm stretching forward. Come up to reverse. And rising up. Turn the toes open to this long edge, 45-degree angles with the toes. We're squatting down. Let's shift toward the right and lift up the right heel. Shift to the left, lift up the left. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Enjoy that nice forward fold, wide angle stretch. We're almost there. You guys are doing awesome. Long, deep breaths. Feel the strength and support that we're giving to all those joint areas. Bending the knees, roll our way up. Facing forward to warrior 1. Just a nice, easy warrior 3 balance. Rising up and land. Good. One more side and then we'll just end with good stretches. So here we've got ourselves trying to just lift up the heels and balance. Rising up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Going from fierce pose, sit the hips back. Trying to lift up the heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Try to hook the left wrist or the left elbow. Take your weight into right foot. When your balance is steady, left slides back. Good. Torso unwinds. Arms at a good balance place wherever that is. And just 5 times the back knee bends and straightens. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back heel down, warrior 1. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Up to reverse. And coming to open to that squat. It's 5 more cycles. Shifting weight to the right, lift up the right heel. And left. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Straighten the legs, drop down, wide angle. Any variations you'd like to play with for a couple of breaths, go ahead. More inhale. Exhale. And the knees roll up. Face to the top of the mat, warrior 1. Warrior 3. Float. And land. Good work. So here one more time, big toes closed, heels slightly separated. Let's try to go for a toe squat. If the toe squat is too much, just go to fierce pose and stay. Toe squat, we try to keep our spine up. And then we lower all the way down if we can. If fingers need to be on the floor, that's okay. Keep the inner thighs squeezing together. That gives you something to lift from. So one more deep inhale. Good. Exhale, plant one hand in front of you, one hand behind. We're lowering down. And right away, swinging our legs underneath us. Going for those same feet stretches that we did earlier. So first, the toes are pointed. Trying to lift up the right knee. And lift up the left. Good. Come forward, rolling the feet or pounding them out. Toes tucked, trying to get all 10 toes under. Sending some of our weight back, or for some of us, all the weight back is impossible. Let's try to take 3 slow, deep breaths. Helping our body know it's time to cool. We're in a good, safe spot. forward, maybe circles, challenging. Good. We'll either take full hero's pose to the quad stretch or do it one at a time like we did earlier. So if you can grab your calves and sit back in between your feet, you're safe to take this option. Otherwise, do what we did earlier, one at a time, and I'll tell you the halfway point. So one leg straight out in front of you, the other one tucked back. If you're here, you're welcome to start heading your hands backwards, head down to elbows, or all the way back. It's up to you how deep to take it. You're almost in a quad stretch, toe one under, we'll get you there. And if you chose one side, go ahead and switch to the second. Last deep breath in. Out. We'll all come up. Swing legs in front. Let's do a few nice windshield wipers. Feet are planted, knees go right, left. Finding out the legs. Let's inch our hands forward. Walking hands to surround the right leg. And the left leg. Through the center. Final deep breath in. And out. And as we rise up, if there's any last stretches our body needs before our final Shavasana, take whatever you need. Eventually settling down to that beautiful, peaceful, relaxing shape. Some of us naturally will get towards Shavasana sooner and some of us later. That's okay. When you're in that Shavasana, imagine your root system. Your creative energy could create a very different image for each of us. But imagine your root system and how strengthened, how powerful, how beautiful they are. Feel that connection to Mother Earth. With that root system image, it's deep breaths flowing. When we're in our Shavasana, just let ourselves find a deeper and deeper peace. Release with every cycle. We're beginning to deepen the inhales and the exhales. Introduce movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually taking a nice fetal position up to one side. Be 3 or 4 good deep breath cycles until sooner or later you feel ready to rise. No rush. As we join our hands together in front of our hearts, we feel all this energy flowing through this lower half of the body, helping to support our joints, our knees, ankles, and hips especially, through this added strength. And this mobility, helping to ensure that everything is safe and stable. So with our roots strengthened in this way, we realize we can go forward toward our goals, our dreams. And these roots will keep us grounded and stable no matter what storms are going to come our way. And so with all this to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. Om. Be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.